we are going to quickly go through three guesstimates, and in that process, I'll give you approach. How do you really approach any guesstimate, right? So that not just these three guesstimates, but you are equipped to solve different guesstimates, others as well, other guesstimates as well, right? That's the agenda. We have almost 20 minutes in which what I'll do, I'll take only 1 minute to set the content, me and about GoCrackIt. That's it. And then remaining 19 minutes, we'll only talk about guesstimates. Okay. So that will be the flow. Let me share my screen. Can you see this? Can you see my
Yes,
screen?
sir.
Yeah. Great. So great. Just to quickly give you my introduction. So my name is Alok, and I am an IIM Bangalore alumnus. I was graduated in 2013, and I worked in consulting. I was in PricewaterhouseCoopers. I've written a case study which is published at Harvard Business Publishing, and I have worked in PwC, wherein I managed and managed multiple larger digital transformation projects for large Indian clients by leading a large team. And from last 6-7 years, I have been running GoCrackIt, which is a career mentoring platform, and we work with almost all premium B schools for multiple years. Myself would have mentored on a one-on-one basis, would have mentored more than 5,000 students and working professional individually, and would have conducted more than hundreds of workshops. So that's what about us, and you can follow me. You can connect on LinkedIn. I'll be really great to connect with you, and because I do keep posting about different things in LinkedIn about careers and guesstimates and cases and so many things. Okay, that's about me. Let's jump to today's agenda, which is guesstimate. So, as the name suggests, guesstimate is basically you're estimating a number basis very limited information, or whatever you information you have, you're using that information to guess a number. You estimate a number, right? That's the idea. And why it is done? Because they want to check how good you are in, let's say, a quantitative skills, your mental math, your logical thinking, your problem solving skill. How do you structure your thoughts when a ambiguous problem is given? How do you keep your composure on a softer side? At the same time, how do you think structurally one by one and then put some numbers and calculate it? There are 3-4 skills which are being evaluated here. One, your composure, your soft skills, your confidence, while there's an ambiguity. At the same time, they are thinking, how do you think logically in that ambiguity? How do you put some factors for a problem? How do you put some numbers? How do you derive those numbers? You don't know all those numbers, but from whatever you know, how do you derive those numbers? What is your observation? And how do you do a maths or a mental map in front of recruiter? So that's what they are basically evaluating you for in the guesstimates. Let's jump to one guesstimates and let's see how do you really go about it. Okay, so let's say this question is, how many diapers are used in India in a day? Now let's discuss this. Okay, let's say this is the problem given to you. What do you do? What will you do? How will you start? What should be your first step? How will you approach? Tell me. Can somebody tell me? You can unmute yourself and tell me, or you can put it in the chat also, and I can see in the chat also. Somebody wants to take a shot?
You start using online resources so that you can search and go through it.
Ah, that's a good point. But basically, what happens in an interview, you will not be given access to all these resources. You have to think then and there, because that's what they're checking. They're not checking your Googling skills. They're checking, if a problem is given to you, how do you apply your brain? How do you apply your structure to come to that number?
So
On the
in that point, we can go like India is about 25 million babies. Like basically, we have like so on the highest numbers in the world. So it may be typically like 2,000 to 3,000, like that. We can think about it.
Okay, that is also good approach. Then Anu has said that counting number of births. See, I would like all of you not to jump to solution. That's a very important thing. The expectation is that you don't directly jump to an approach or a solution. Take a step back. Have you understood this problem clearly? Have you scoped this problem clearly? This is what I will be calculating. It's a very vague term. How many diapers? Diapers can be worn by babies also. Diapers can be worn by adults also. Are we talking about baby diaper or we are talking about adult diaper? Are we talking about reusable diaper or we are talking about one-time used diaper? So you need to really scope it out well. Either you need to assume it or ask clarifying question to the recruiter. What do you mean by diaper? I mean, do these diapers are baby's diaper or do these diapers are adult diaper or both? Even if the recruiter says both, you don't have to jump and start calculating both. Because for both the calculation approach will be different. So you have to assume one first, go through the calculations, then come back and then go to the second. So the first and foremost bit, the most important message I want to give here is don't directly jump to solve the problem. Scope this problem correctly, ask some clarifying questions so that you know and even recruiters know that what you are doing. So are these adult diaper or baby diaper? Are these reusable diaper or one-time use diaper, right? So basically, or a disposable diaper, what kind of diaper are there, right? So now you are saying I am assuming this is baby's diaper and these are one-time use diaper. We have to dispose it. We cannot use it multiple times. That's the scoping you are doing here. So whatever scoping you are comfortable with, you need to do that scoping. Now let's say we have to calculate baby's diaper and we need to calculate disposable diaper, one-time use diaper. What will be the next step would be that you identify certain factors which will give you this number. So my question is, what are these 3 to 4 factors which will help you to estimate which affect the baby's diaper? Can you tell me some 3 to 4, not one factor, 3 to 4 factors which affect number of baby's diaper or which can help to calculate number of baby's diaper? What could be some of the factors, 3 to 4 factors? So the next step is you think about 3 to 4 factors. Anybody want to take a shot at it?
We can consider birth rate and income of the family accordingly.
Very good, very good. Birth rate means how many babies are being born every year, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. These are 2 factors. What else? So you have taken birth rate, you have taken income. What will be one more critical factors to assume or to think which can give you this number?
Like what like they can use how many of them use the disposal diapers like that.
Okay, then yeah, that is also correct. Shashwat said age group. Good. So let me lay down that structure to you. My point is always think about 3 to 4 factors which majorly constitute this number, which can give you this number. So in this case, let's see total population, out of which how many babies would be wearing diapers, people who can pay, income, and number of diapers used per day per baby, right? That is also the frequency of uses is also very important, because one baby can wear, let's say, multiple diapers, or one baby can wear zero diapers as well, or one diaper as well. So these are some of the factors you need to look at. So population, age, income, and frequency. Assuming, and I'm assuming here that, let's say, for the sake of simplicity, let's take the population of India as 100 crore. You can say that it is 140 crore, but for the sake of simplicity and calculation, I'm using 100 crore. If you want, I can later on calculate it, multiply it by 1.4, right? That is perfectly all right. Now, what is the age group for which babies will be, till what age we need to assume? We need to assume till what age babies will be wearing diaper. So let's assume that babies will be wearing diaper from 0 to 2 years. Now, this is one number you should know, or you should have some sense of, and for that you should have some population number clarity, and these are there here. But what I'm trying to say, you should know at least that India is a younger country, so 50% of the population is less than 25 years. And assuming a linear distribution, 0 to 25 years will have 25 group of each 2%. And assuming up to age 2 babies wear diaper, we have 0 to 1 and 1 to 2 years, which is equal to 4%. So we have 4 crore babies in India if we are calculating, if we are assuming the population as 100 crore. So with some logic, you should you should come to that number. And what I would suggest is you have some global number, some population number, some age number, some income number, which is good for you to remember, so that it will help you not just in guesstimate but elsewhere as well. So what we have found out till here, that there are 4 crore babies which could wear diapers, but now we need to see the income of their parents, because logically people with lesser income may not buy diaper at all. Hence, let's divide the population into 3 groups: low income group of India, low income group, medium income group, and high income group. Now you may know this percentage. If you know this percentage, good, that low income is 60%, medium is 30, high is 10. If you don't know this, what you need to see, what you need to do is this. Let's divide the income groups into 3 groups: low, medium, high. In order to find out population, can we say that all 3 are equal, 33%, 33%, 33%? Can we say that? Yes or no? Can we say India has 33% low income group, 33% medium income group, 33% high income group? Can we say that, or yes or no?
No, sir.
No, right? So it is not equally distributed. So which side it is more distributed? Lower side or higher side? Right? So lower side. So it will be more than 33%. So let me take a round number, 60% here. Now remaining 40%. Again, we do the same exercise, 20%, 20%. Can we say that in India, medium income group and high income group are 20%, 20%? No. Hence, I am taking 30 and 10. So this is how, with some logic, you are giving some numbers, which is logically correct. Factually, may or may not be correct. And yeah, definitely, if you know these numbers, that is good. But you divided 60%, 30% high. Now the frequency of uses. What we are assuming is that low income group people will use no diaper. They can't afford it. Medium income group will use 1 per diaper per baby. And high income group may be using 2 diapers per baby per day. Right? With that, you would calculate the number. So 4 crore babies into 60% into 0 plus 4 crore baby into 30% medium income group into 1 plus 4 into 10% into 2 per day, which is 2, which comes to almost 2 crore. Now the last step is sense check. You check the sense whether this is a correct number or not. So you do some sense check, some different number. Let's say we have discussed here, it is 2 crore, which is 2% of total population, which looks fine to me. Okay, that 2% of the population, but of the total number, people wear the diapers. Right? So that is the step-by-step approach you should apply for any guesstimate. Clarify and scope that guesstimate as clearly as possible. If the recruiter is not clarifying, you assume, okay, my scope is this, hope this is okay. Then approach, what is your approach? In that, you consider 3 to 4 to 5 factors which might affect this number. Then you estimate using simple round numbers. Whatever you know from that, you know the other numbers. Let's say you don't know the age, assume 0 to 2 years, don't know the population. Whatever population you know, your city population, your country population, with that you assume something and prepare, read on these numbers a bit. These demographics number, the age group numbers, the population number, the income numbers, that will be really useful for you. And then do a quick sense check at the end. So that is the step-by-step approach you should use for any guesstimate. Let's see another guesstimate now. How many teacups are sold in a railway station in a day? What will you do? Quickly, tell me. How many teacups are sold in a railway station in a day? How would you approach? Anyone quickly can tell me? What will you do with this, for this?
We can ask the question that where this railway station is situated so that we can assume the population.
So some clarifying question you're asking. And now very important point, Manvi has said that we can assume the population. Yeah, Darshan,
Are these cups recyclable or not? Like, we'll go on.
Very good. That also you can do. So you can ask some clarifying question. Now let's scope it. See, let's say we are calculating in a small or medium size railway station, and these are one-time tea sold, one cups to one customer or multiple cups to one customer. That's what we are assuming. Now, a very important point Manvi has said, and I really want to highlight that. She said that we should use population. Actually, it can be very easily calculated if you calculate it bottom up. The wherein what you assume is how many stalls a railway station might have. Guess it. Then how many cups in a busy time this one stall can sell. Then what is the operating hours, and then that split between busy and non-busy time. Now this is called bottom-up calculation. You are thinking about the capacity itself. See, it doesn't matter how much population a city has. Its demand of tea in a railway station will be affected by the capacity of the constraint of the tea stall. The constraint of the tea stall. So this is called bottom up or capacity constraint size mechanism. The first thing we started from in the first guesstimate, we started top down. We took population, we filtered out, we filtered out, we filtered out, we filtered out. Here we are taking capacity itself as a basis for estimate. So let's say it's a medium size, maybe 1 or 2 platform or 3 platform railway station. Let's say there are total 10 tea stalls. Assuming in a peak hours, and this is coming from your observation. I'm assuming that cup sold per stall per hour in a busy time is 50. Then operating hours is, let's say, generally in India, railway station doesn't go down, so get stopped. But busy time, let's say 12 hours is busy time when 100% of the capacity is being utilized of this stall, whereas in non-busy hour only 50% of the capacity is utilized for this stall. And then you calculate this number 12 by 24 into 100% into 50, because 50 is the capacity of the one tea stall, right? Plus 12. So this is 12 by 24 into 100% into 50 is number of cups sold in a stall in a busy time, plus 12 by 24 into 50%, assuming that the capacity in the capacity utilization. If in a peak hours people are buying 50 cups in a stall from a stall, in non-peak hour they are only buying 25 from a stall, right? So 12 by 24 into 50% into 50, and total number of stalls are 10. So when you calculate and you do some rounding off, you will get almost 370 cups per day is what you are approaching. So basically in any guesstimate, there are two approaches: top-down approach and bottom-up approach. You need to practice. In certain cases, top-down is better. In certain cases, bottom-up is better. We have seen both. We started in a diaper thing. We have started from top-down. In a tea thing, we have started from a bottom-up approach. Last guesstimate, and it's a kind of a puzzle. How many tennis ball can fit in an aeroplane? Right? Now, this is a bit math heavy, kind of thing, a math heavy guesstimate. What you should understand, maybe there should be some clarifying question. For example, a very important clarifying question should be: should we assume an empty aeroplane or a usual aeroplane with seats? So you assume an empty aeroplane. That recruiter might give you a clarification, or you say that I am assuming that it is an empty aeroplane, and I am assuming that it is empty aeroplane, and I am only considering, or I am considering both cockpit and passenger area, or I am only calculating or considering the passenger area. So those kind of assumption, those kind of scoping you should do before you start. Now, once you do that, what should be your approach? Volume of the plane, volume of the ball, and packing factors. Yeah, consider two balls. Whenever multiple balls are stacking at each other, there will be always some gap. Meaning, the entire volume of aeroplane cannot be filled by the volume, because there will be some gaps between them. That we may call it as packing factor, and we can assume a number. This much percentage of the total space will be filled, or this much will not be filled. And that's how you should do it. Now, what would be volume of aeroplane? You take a usual aeroplane, whatever you know, let's say A320 Airbus or whatever. Even if you don't know, it's okay. what will be a typical length of an airplane, width of an airplane, and height of an airplane. And then you calculate the volume of the aeroplane. I have taken some approximation like a cuboid, although aeroplane is not a cuboid. For approximation purpose, we have taken as a like a straight cuboid. Hence, the volume is 34 and 2. Right? So that's what your volume of the aeroplane is. Volume of the ball, you should know the radius of the ball. Assuming radius of the ball is 5, you can take some round numbers. Okay. Then the volume of a ball, if you don't know, you can ask the recruiter. I don't know the formula for it. Could you tell me? Or you just, I mean, if you know, it's good that the volume of a ball is 4/3 pi r cube. Now, pi r cube, pi is 3.14. I have approximated 3.14 and 3 as same, and I cancelled them. Right? So this 3 and 3.14 I have considered, I've cancelled them. So 4 into 125 centimeter cube. So whatever number you get, right, you convert it into meter cube, right? And then you assume that there will be only 60% of the this thing will be filled, because there are balls and there will be always, packing between, there will be always some gaps, and I'm assuming that there will be only 60% of the whole space will be filled up. This thing will be filled, and I'm calculating it by 60%. So there will be almost 5 lakhs tennis ball which can fit in a Airbus A320. Right? So these are the 3 guesstimates. And just to summarize it, you should know this framework: clarify and scope, tell your approach in 3 to 4 factors, estimate it, take round numbers, whatever you don't know, use whatever you know and assume something. Read some macro numbers like population, uses of smartphone, internet penetration, age group divide, income group divide, and all that, and sense check at the end. And last slide. So ask clarifying questions, scope the problem. So yeah, this is what I have said. Do not give up. It's very important, because nobody is expecting you to really solve it. They just want to see how do you perform in an ambiguity, how do you sustain in an ambiguity, how do you use your logic in a ambiguous situation. With that, I complete my session. I just have one more. Yeah, no macro number. Try to estimate general number intuitively. I mean, what is your room size? What is estimated revenue per day of your favorite restaurant? But try to put some numbers intuitively to things, so that to get better with the numbers. And there are some courses which we have launched. You can go through them. There are guesstimate courses. There is a consulting course. There's a consulting and guesstimate bundle. If you want, you can go through them. This is the, this is the, this thing. I think, let me give you a link also if you want. Just give me 1 minute. Learn. Yeah, I have the link. You can go through and you can explore more. Yeah, I think, yeah. Someone has given it, right? So you can check it here. Thank you so much, guys. All the very best. You can follow me on LinkedIn. Let me see if I can share my LinkedIn as well, so that we can follow and we can discuss in the LinkedIn also. And all the very best. We are doing this session every week, once or twice. So feel free to connect and discuss as much as possible. Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you everyone for joining in for the workshop. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share your feedbacks in the feedback form we have shared in the chat, so that we can get more new interesting things for you.
Thank you so much. All the best.